RCdiy. Stay safe and have fun.
Welcome to another video from RCdiy. Today we're going to take a look at some of the changes that are coming out in OpenTX 2.2. There's now support for the new X7 and Horus transmitters. The S6R receiver wizard is now included on the radio. In the radio, when you download the SD card files, there is a folder called S6R. You use the SD card browser to navigate to it and launch the S6R configuration wizard. There is now a new sound pack warning. So if the firmware detects that you're using a non-standard sound pack or you're using a sound pack that is out of sync with the firmware, you will now get a warning so that hopefully you no longer have problems with incorrect values being spoken out loud. There's now a new display screen. These settings used to be below the telemetry screen at the very bottom. They've now taken those out of there and placed them on a separate display screen. When you reset your flights, now the firmware will check all the same checks it does as if you had turned off your radio and turned it back on again. So for example, if you've got a switch in the wrong position, then on a reset flight, it'll warn you which switches are out of position. The bitmap folder has been renamed to the images folder. So if you don't use the official SD card download, make sure you rename your bitmaps folder accordingly. Curve names have now been reduced to 3 characters. They were 6 characters long. Same goes for global variable names. They used to be 6 characters, now there are only 3. There are now 64 logical switches, an increase from 32. So in Companion, the radio profiles drop-down menu has a few minor modifications. For example, Taranis Plus is now Taranis X9D Plus, and the Taranis Non-Plus is Taranis X9D, and so on. In the model browser window, what used to be called General Settings is now called Radio Settings, and it's been added as a button right above the models. On the simulator screen, there are a number of new buttons. One of them is Keymap, which gives you all the different keyboard shortcuts you can use to interact with the simulator. So for example, if you have a scroll wheel, you can use the plus minus on the keyboard to mimic using the scroll wheel. There's a joystick configuration wizard for those of you that use joysticks. The reload radio button is the same as turning the radio off and on again, or in this case exiting from the simulator wizard and coming back into it. The Momentary switch now has an optional lock on it, so that when you click on the switch it won't return to its previous position. Well, that's it for now. That's just a brief summary of the changes that are taking place in OpenTX 2.2. Please visit the link below to my blog, which has more details on these changes. Please like, subscribe, become a patron, and follow the links below.